Hi guys and welcome back. So we're going to have a look at something different in this video, and we've got a different set of audio to work with. So I've got a kind of multi-track idea of a kind of disco style groove. Let's have a listen. Okay, so let's have a look at calculating or detecting the audio that corresponds to the chords. Now, I quite like this little loop section here. And the electric piano is kind of doing the foundational chord progression, I'd say. So what we're going to do is use an instance of scalar 2 to detect the audio. Now, what I've tried to get across in this course is music theory hacks, ways of getting around not necessarily being an expert in music theory. And as much as anything else, I want to try and give you concepts and ideas that you can take in your own direction and apply to your own music in your own unique way. So it's kind of more opening your mind up to the possibilities of things that you could do. So you might want to apply this technique in a completely different way, but actually just being aware of that being a concept, I think, is the most important thing. In the same way with Captain plugins, you're going to have your own unique way of using that plugin suite. But actually, rather than just feeling like I'm getting frustrated because I don't know enough about music theory to make the music that I have in my head or make the music that I want to be able to make, it's trying to find ways in which you can still achieve that using these tools. And this is another kind of concept, is being able to detect audio, calculate what's playing, and then be able to use it in your own music. So this could be, let's say, a sample loop that you have from one of the sample pack companies, and you want to be able to add some extra MIDI on the top, but you can't work out the chords. It's that kind of thing. This technique is going to give you the ability to do that. Okay, so I've got a software instrument track loaded up here. Now, I'm going to show you this obviously in Logic. So this is going to differ depending on what DAW you're using, but I think they all actually work in this way, in that you can load a software instrument version of Scalar 2 and use a sidechain to play the chords through. But there'll be other ways of doing it as well within your own DAW. So I'll choose an audio AU MIDI controlled effect version of Scalar 2. And that means that we can use MIDI to control this plugin, and we can route audio through using the sidechain input. So this is the chord progression I was talking about. So what we need to do is make sure that is routed through the sidechain input. So we'll choose electric piano. And you can see here we have audio coming in. Now this is quite important. We have a threshold here. Now the threshold determines what is going to be detected as audio, which is going to be transferred into our chord progression. So what you want to do is set that so that the chords exceed the threshold. But say you had a quiet shaker loop which happened to be bounced with the chords, and that was playing down here, then maybe you wouldn't want to include that so it doesn't actually confuse things. Okay, so now we've got that routed through. All we need to do is press record. It says waiting for input. Let's let it play through. You can see it's detecting the chords. Okay, so it's obviously detected quite a few chords there, and it seems like there's lots of kind of inversions, different versions of E minor. Now, in order to play this back, let's just put this into solo. We can press play from here. you can hear that it's not perfectly calculated the chords. And audio detection is a little bit hit and miss, or can be, because obviously it's very difficult to analyze overlapping notes within a harmony and get it exactly right. But as long as we've got something we can work with. Now, in order to play this on the keyboard, if I just select the channel, at the moment I'm just playing the keyboard as normal, but to play back the chords, if I press this A button, this is going to correspond to our pattern. And now I can play chords using the MIDI keyboard. So there you go. So we've got the chords kind of loosely detected that we were playing with the electric piano part. And I could actually now jam over the top of the track using Scalar 2, playing back those chords. So let's give that a go. Let's play it when the bass comes in. So although it's not exactly the same as the electric piano part we had there, it's actually a really nice progression in its own right and could be used as a kind of B section within the arrangement. Okay, so to recap in this video, we've gone through the concepts of being able to detect chords using Scalar 2. So what I did, I made an AU MIDI controlled effect version of Scalar 2 from here. We then routed through what we wanted to detect using the sidechain, and we pressed record, and it went through and detected the chords, although not completely accurately, but enough for us to be able to use it. And then we obviously pressed A to be able to play back that pattern on the MIDI keyboard. And remember, we set the threshold to determine what it's going to treat as being a chord or not. Okay, so that's a little bit on detecting chords using Scalar 2. In the next video, which is going to be the final video, we're going to go through a really, really simple way of being able to write melodies in your DAW using different keys. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.